At this moment in time, I'm going to kind of pivot away from the player ratings because I want to talk to you. I'm going to talk to all you guys now as well. Let's have a chat about the penalty shootout, actually, Jake, because I think we've done a couple of ratings there, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty of it, right? I think through luck or circumstance or whatever, the way it happens, players on yellow cards, players fatigued or whatever, players out injured, Liverpool lose Alexander-Arnold, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. You'd probably think all of those would be in line to take a penalty in the shootout. That's the way it is. PSG bring on a lad to take a penalty who scores his. Liverpool didn't have that luxury because, again, Konate goes off, so you've got to bring Endo on. So if there was thoughts of doing something else, I don't know about it. But let's talk about the performance of the lads in the shootout in particular. I want to start with Alisson, really. I think he probably should save the first one, Jay.
Yeah, he took an age. It was Vitinha, wasn't it? He took an age with the run, and what's his face, Jorginho's been good at them. You see other players, Hazard used to do that, wait for the goal. But he waits and Alisson doesn't move. And then he kind of just stabs it and it's rolling in. You're thinking, it's kind of rolling in slow motion. You're thinking, he's saving this. And it gets a hand to it. It's a bit of a weird penalty and a bit of a weird save. Yeah, I suppose.
You look at the saves there, goal he makes, which are good. He gets it the right way. And
yeah.
Good luck, gets good hands.
Yeah.
The other one's Alisson, it's one of them, he can't get it. But I think the whole momentum of that shootout could change there I think he'd be disappointed himself. Listen, you never really blame goalies in shootouts, but you think... I think if you ask him that again, he's obviously done his homework on Vitinha. He knows he's going to do this mad thing, and he does the right thing. He waits, and then he just doesn't get down. And I think if he misses that, the whole complexion of the whole thing's a bit different. But yeah, it's one of them. And then I think it's worth mentioning, mate, I think we have to talk about the penalty shootout order of takers.
Yeah.
I don't think there were many people confident that Darwin was going to score. We were all back, and I was live on the watch long. Edel wasn't having it, and he was right in the end. I was like, listen, we've got to back him. He's the centre forward. He's going to have to take one. Taking the second one, I just don't. Again, I don't know, because if the goalie goes the wrong way and no one cares, he goes the right way, saves it. It's just it's heartbreaking. But I think, and then Jones goes and takes one, who we know has scored penalties before. I don't know who 4 and 5 are going to be, but you'd imagine one of them's probably Cody Gakpo. And you think if you're picking your order of penalty takers, you'd think he would probably be second. Are we saying Darwin Nunez is the second best penalty taker that we had on that pitch? Because if we are, you might have issues there, Jay.
Well, it depends what order I don't know.
Your order has to be best, second best, third. Otherwise, you're left with players not taking one. So Arne Slot's order suggests that he thinks Nunez and Jones are the second and third best penalty takers. He might be right. He might be brilliant, but I think I'd question that logic.
Yeah, as horrible as it is to say, I think I was with Errol when you see Darwin stepping forward. It was like I was watching, there was a Man U one the other day and Lindelof steps up. I'm thinking, oh, don't fancy him here.
But he's a defender. Well, this is our centre forward.
I know, but this, I think, with all of the baggage, that maybe Darwin has gone, lads, I'm scoring. Maybe course, yeah. I'd like, put me second. Yeah, don't worry, I've got it. I'll bury it. When you see him coming up, you think of all of the baggage. I remember him, he took one against Chelsea where he was brilliant that day, and he missed that. I don't know if he scored any for Uruguay or whatever, but you just, talking about momentum killers, there's the Alisson non-save, and then that's when you go, oh, we're going out here, aren't we?
Salah scores, you knew Salah was going to score. Yeah. But it was that, as soon as Nunez, I was thinking, I don't know. Yeah. Again, I'm just thinking off the top of my head because again, I go back to it.
You'd think Gakpo, you'd fancy Gakpo, wouldn't you? And I mean, Elliott. It's weird though. Looking back, I mean, there was that mad one where Kepa missed. Everybody scored. Not some of that. I mean, Van Dijk.
I'm just thinking
about that brilliant one against Kepa, didn't he? You'd think he should be on one.
I'm just again, there's hard lines because McAllister would have been second, Szoboszlai would have been third,
yeah.
Trent might have been fourth. So it is what it is. Yeah. But I'm just thinking. If again, there is very little to question Arne Slot about this season. If someone can look me dead in the eye and go, I thought of the 11 men who were on the pitch, the second best penalty taker was Darwin.
Yeah,
I don't know. Again, I might be wrong, Jay, because he is the centre forward. He's the number 9. He should take a penalty. I get it, but there was no confidence. Keogh, our friend of the show, wrote on Twitter, I think every single Liverpool fan thought he was going to miss that, and it's hard lines because he did. And then to be fair, I've seen Curtis Jones take penalties in shootouts and scored them. Yeah. His was probably a worse pen. And at that point, it's game over. And again, I feel like I'm nitpicking because you're nitpicking a penalty shootout. And there was chances to win that game throughout it. And there's different moments that don't go the way. But I do have, I must admit, I'm sat here questioning the logic of the penalty order. Are you in the same boat?
I think we've seen more ridiculous ones. Like there was one where Ronaldo was 5th for Portugal and they didn't even get to the 5th
Salah
penalty.
done it with Egypt that time.
Yeah, that's happened as well, hasn't it? Maybe, I mean, I was going to say, if you could have your time again, you probably have Virgil second or what. I suppose, given that they've scored the first 2, but you've got to score them anyway. You know, do you want Darwin? Do you want Darwin 5th if they've scored all 5 and we've scored 4? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, it's ifs, buts, and maybes, isn't it? But I think he's always going to take one. I mean, that'd be a damning indictment in and of itself if he didn't want to be one of the first 5. Then. I don't know if he thinks that he's still got a place at Liverpool. I don't know if he's in his head he's fighting because he wants to stay here. You know, if he doesn't take one of those 5, then it's like, well, you've got no confidence, so you don't deserve to be playing for us anyway. So he's damned either way unless he scores a penalty.
And it's worth mentioning, credits, like their goalie, that was a difference there as well. He's a big guy to beat. Yeah. And if he goes the right way, he's probably saving it. He's a really good. That's one of his strengths is penalty saving. And again, I always feel like you're nitpicking in penalties, but like Liverpool's performance in that shootout was just pretty. The goalkeeper and 2 of the 3 kickers. If that happens, mate, you're going to go out. And their penalties were again, the first one was bad, and the next 3 were excellent. And it's the fine margins of this tie. They couldn't be separated over 180 minutes of action and then another 30, 210 minutes. And it comes down to they were much better at the penalties than us, and it is a tough one to take, Jay. It really is.
Is there any case for subbing Kelleher on? If Ibu hadn't gone down, I mean, I am joking there, but he's got the best penalty shootout record of any Liverpool goalkeeper of all time. So there you go. Yeah, it's a very tough one. I suppose you can't. I don't know. I don't want to go in too hard on Darwin because he must be like, he must want the ground to swallow him up. Alisson, you can criticise him for that individual penalty, but he's kept us in the tie and he's brilliant. So, you know, I don't want to go in too hard on Alisson either. Jones's one was poor. It was a poor. Listen, it's the way I'm usually confident of Liverpool at penalties. Yes. That was about as bad as a penalty shootout performance as I can remember. Yeah, I'm going back along. I mean, we went out to Besiktas like 12 years ago. That was pretty bad. I think Lovren
over the bar,
smashed one over the bar. We're probably going back to something like that. Most of them, even the ones we've lost, that I can remember have been fairly close. That one we weren't even in it. You know, like it's all over by the shouting pretty much after the Darwin, because they're going first. What I can't understand is they got to go first and shoot at their own fans.
There's 2 separate tosses. They won both of them. So Hakimi won both tosses, which is unlucky. Yeah, Virgil was a useless tosser, I suppose, in that regard. Yeah. I really would like them to take a penalty. It's one of them. It's so tough to take. But yeah, that's the reaction to the penalty shootouts anyway. And let us know your thoughts, guys. Comment section, all that good stuff. I'd be interested. Do you think I'm being wrong? Do you think I'm right? I disagree with the order. Gakpo had to be second. He had to be. And again, I think Alisson should the same one. But that's that one.